I mean, yeah, I think I mean, I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, like, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade.
First time in history, WNBA games will be played in the United Center. The Chicago Sky will host the Indiana Fever at the UC on Saturday, June 7th, and on Sunday, July 27th. The highly anticipated games will feature Fever star Caitlin Clark against the Sky's very own Angel Reese, the largest attendance at a Sky game.
The Chicago Sky just made the ultimate if you can't beat them. Join them move switching to a bigger venue because they know Caitlin Clark is the real ticket seller. Meanwhile, Angel Reese actually thinks the crowd is showing up for. Hand her a reality check because this is pure comedy.
In the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000 seat arena? Well, easy. We moved Barbie night to a 21,000 seat arena. Venue and date change. Our regular season games against the Chicago Sky are moving.
Let's get this straight. The Chicago Sky, a team that struggles to fill a 10,000 seat arena on a good day, suddenly decides to upgrade to a 20,000 seat stadium. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is coming to town. But of course, Angel Reese fans, in their endless delusions, are acting like this is some kind of Angel Reese effect. Let's be real, if this were about Angel Reese, the Sky would still be playing in front of empty seats at Wintrust Arena.
Chicago Sky have announced that they are moving arenas for Indiana's home game. Well, Indiana's road game, but Chicago's home game. This is the motion that the Indiana Fever /
Caitlin Clark, the biggest name in women's basketball right now. It's the reason ticket prices are skyrocketing, with fans paying NBA-level prices just to see her play. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's fans are out here acting like she's the one selling out arenas. Newsflash, the only time Reese is playing in front of a packed house is when Caitlin Clark is. On the other side of the court, the Sky didn't suddenly get more popular because of Angel Reese. They just got lucky that the WNBA schedule forces them to play against.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue. The Fever's games against the Chicago Sky in Chicago, it was announced 2 of them, will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The games.
Chicago Sky has never been a must-watch team, not even when they won a championship. The city barely cared. But now that Caitlin Clark is coming, they're scrambling to make space for all the fans. Not Sky fans, Caitlin Clark fans. Just like Michael Jordan made people watch the Bulls, Clark is making people watch the WNBA. Do you really think Chicago's front office woke up one morning and said, wow, Angel Reese is such a draw. We need more seats. Please. Reese fans need to stop embarrassing themselves.
Move popular teams' games such as Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever to the United Center. They are moving teams such as Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever games to much larger venues. This is an article by Sports Illustrated titled Fever Sky 2025 Matchups Move to Larger Chicago Venue to Hold Over 20,000 Fans. After the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky matchups became some of the most watched WNBA games ever last season, partially due to the stardom of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the Sky decided to move the 2025 matchups to the United Center instead of their home at Wintrust Arena. Clark pushed for the games to be moved to the United Center after a matchup last year, and now that wish has...
Angel Reese's biggest claim to fame is getting torched by Clark in college. And now she's riding that wave into the WNBA. Reese fans love to talk, but where's the proof? Show us the sold-out Angel Reese games. Oh wait, they don't exist. Looks like the Chicago Sky finally did what we've all been asking, scheduling their fever matchups at the United Center. And in case you didn't know, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever June 7th and July 27th will be played there personally. I'm hyped. The energy in that building is going to be insane, and I'm definitely trying to make it. To at least one of these games, I'll keep you updated on which one I choose. But let's be real, the Sky's biggest claim to fame is hosting. Caitlin Clark. That's why they're moving to a bigger venue. The stadium isn't for Reese, it's not for the Sky, it's for Caitlin Clark. The Sky's front office saw those ticket sales and said, asterisk, yeah. We need more space, asterisk. But let's give Angel Reese fans some credit, they are fully committed to the delusion. They're out here claiming Reese is the reason the WNBA is booming, swearing she's the next big thing. Meanwhile, she's just another player in Clark's highlight reel. If Reese was really that big of a deal, why didn't Chicago expand their stadium before? Why weren't they selling out games last year? Why did it take Caitlin Clark coming to town for them to make this move? Last season, the Indiana Fever played in Chicago, and plenty of us were asking, asterisk, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Were they really so stubborn they'd rather turn away money just to push a narrative? Looks like they've finally got their year-end report, checked the bottom line, and said, asterisk, you know what? Slam dunk in 2025, we're moving to the United Center. Maybe some owners started having real conversations behind the scenes. And let's talk on-court impact, asterisk. Clark is out here changing the game. She's a walking highlight reel, breaking records, elevating her teammates, and turning the Fever into must-watch TV. Angel Reese. She's padding her rebound stats and talking trash like she's actually done something. The difference. When Clark talks, she backs it up. When Reese talks, she ends up on a meme. The truth is, the Sky and their fans should be thanking Caitlin Clark. She just handed them their biggest payday in years. Without her, this stadium expansion never happens. Sky basketball. They'd still be just another struggling franchise, hoping anyone would care. Now, the Chicago Sky get to pretend they matter all because Caitlin Clark is coming to town. But hey, let Reese fans keep screaming about their imaginary Angel Reese effect. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be watching Caitlin Clark actually change the game. Because let's be real, if it weren't for Clark, the only thing the Sky would be expanding is their list of excuses for why nobody shows up to their games. Bottom line, the ripple effect of Caitlin Clark is lifting everyone. She's raising the bar, inspiring a new generation of athletes who will grow up striving to be like her or better. And in the long run, that's only going to make the WNBA stronger. But this isn't just about Angel Reese or the Chicago Sky. This is a pattern. Remember the Washington Mystics? Their owner had the nerve to publicly downplay Caitlin Clark, acting like she was just another player. And yet, what did they do? It's quietly move their games to a bigger venue. Why? Because of Caitlin Clark. The same people saying she's overhyped are the ones cashing in on her name. It's almost like they don't want to admit the asterisk, Caitlin. Clark effect asterisk is real, until their bank accounts say otherwise. I mean, think about it. The Mystics went from acting like they didn't care about Clark to literally upgrading their stadium just to fit all the fans coming to see her. Imagine being Thatchumless. That's like hating on Beyoncé but suddenly blasting her music when rent is due. They could have at least pretended to be consistent. But no, the hypocrisy was just too strong. And let's talk about the media. 1 minute, they're saying Caitlin Clark gets too much attention. The next, they're covering every single game asterisk she plays. Why? Because she's the only reason so many people are tuning in. And speaking of attention, last night, we read asterisk. Time magazine, where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year asterisk. Some people are mad, asking why the whole WNBA wasn't on the cover. But let's be realoclics the reason we're even having this conversation.